Hello? Hello?
Dallas still stinks.
Well, this 2018 Eagles season can go either one of two ways. They could go and fight, or they can go and quit. Philly 500 is here. I am Adrian Fedque. The NFC East is amazingly still up for grabs.
Crazy. It's crazy. This division stinks. Let's be really honest about this whole thing. And where it's going to go is anybody's guess, because right now there are three teams that really are in it. Even like if the Giants win a couple more games, they may get back in this whole thing. I mean, it's really a crazy division, weak division.
That's funny that you mentioned that. We'll do that too. So here's what we're going to do on the show. We're going to look at every team in the NFC East. We're going to go through the schedules. We're going to make predictions, and that's what we're going to do. Maybe we'll even look at the Giants schedule too, because they're kind of hot right now. Maybe they finish at 7-9 and win the NFC East.
Maybe. Holy crap! Well, that would be bad. I can't have Bad Dog happy. I mean, I want him happy in life, with his family, with his life, and all that. But not when it comes to the Giants. I feed off his misery, and he's getting a little too happy for me these last 2 weeks.
Oh man, I'm worried about this game Sunday, dude.
I don't know what to expect.
I don't know either. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I mean, look,
together 2 games all season long.
When you get beat the way they got beat, it goes one of two ways. One, I think of when the Eagles back, I forget, in early 90s, I guess, the Eagles destroyed the San Francisco 49ers. Steve Young was benched. It was a total beating. The 49ers responded, went on a winning streak, wound up winning the Super Bowl, I believe, that year. Okay, you can respond that way, or you do what they did with Chip Kelly. You just collapse. There's only 2 ways this goes. You either recover and maybe go on a roll, or you collapse. And I think it's going to be one of those 2 things. And I'm not sure which one it is yet.
Yeah, I don't know either. You could even use the 2008 Eagles as an example. They got blown out by the Ravens. And after that, they went on the winning streak, went all the way to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that is something that could happen. But, like, I'm watching this team this year, and it's hard for me to envision that a turnaround is about to occur. And I'm looking at all of these injuries and everybody that's on the IR. It's like, I don't know. I mean, your next 3 games, they're very winnable. I mean, you're playing NFC East teams.
Yeah.
But just how good is this Eagles team?
There's a team that hasn't won 2 games all year.
No, they haven't won 2 games in a row all year. They struggled against Jacksonville. They lost to the Titans, lost a 17-3 lead. You lost a 17-0 lead to Carolina. How am I supposed to take this team seriously?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the hard part. Then you get the press conference yesterday of Mike Groh, who just oozes like defeat.
Oozes stupidity.
No, dingbat of the week.
Dingbat of the century.
But he doesn't even seem like he knows how to fix it. Or he looks like, I don't know what to do. I don't really know how to do this. I don't know. Like, he seems like he's over his head. And that makes me feel, and if I'm a player, I'm going to feel like, man, I don't know if I have a lot of confidence in this offensive coordinator, the way he is acting. You know, it's just, if we're being honest about it, that was really, really scary for me when I heard him speak.
Yeah, it's been like that all season long with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't exude a lot of confidence when he speaks. He's kind of like monotone, and I haven't been impressed with him all season long. I mean, you guys, I've been harping on him all season. Everybody wants Schwartz gone. I'm like, no, it's Mike Groh is the bigger problem here. And now, like after the press conference, everybody's starting to realize that. I'm like, yeah, if you've been listening to me, I could have told you that. But, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the schedules, okay? So first thing we're going to do is look at the Eagles schedule, all right?
Okay, yeah.
And we're going to make a prediction as to where this team is going to finish. So, man, I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm just going to get out of the way. I am not going to be picking the Eagles to win the NFC East.
It's not looking good. When we go through the schedule, we'll go through it, but I don't see I don't have any confidence that they could put this thing together. But if they do, it's going to have to start with winning the next 3 games. You have to win the next 3 games. I believe they're must-wins.
Yeah. They have to prove to me that they're back. I can't just assume that they're going to turn it around. We can't assume at this point. If they didn't turn around after the bye, it's hard for me to envision that they're going to turn around.
No, they've been worse after the bye. They've played worse.
Yeah, they have.
You know, I mean, you can make the argument for, you know, Carson gives you the lead in overtime, 4th and 15. You stop that, you win. You stop Cam Newton on a 4th and 10. You're going to win that game. You're up 17-3 and 17-0. Those are 2 more wins that you really should have. Yeah. But after the bye week, the 2 games against the game against Dallas and New Orleans, they don't even look like they did before the bye.
Their best football came at the beginning of the year when they started 2-4.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from this team. I think this game against the Giants is going to show us a lot. If they beat the Giants and if they come in and they play good and they rebound, I'm going to feel a lot better going forward. But, you know, I got to see it because I don't know how they're going to respond to that beating in New Orleans.
That's the thing. It's like I got to see it. Yeah. And since I haven't seen it all season long, I'm not going to pick them. And I don't know who's going to start in the secondary for this game. I mean, if they have nobody going, I don't know who's going to stop Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
I'm
don't know.
Confident they're going to beat the Giants Sunday. Like I just it's hard for me right now. There's no imagination with the offense. There's no creativity, and now everybody's hurt in the secondary. It's tough, man. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, look, they're cornered dogs. Sometimes, you know, when you're a cornered animal, that's when you're most dangerous. So hopefully they'll find a way. Now, you know, we're saying this, but we hope that they win the next 3. I want them to go on a run. I want them to win the division. I want them to get the playoffs and scare teams. That's what I want. But I can't say that that's reality right now. You know, that's the truth. So I just want to make sure that people know we want that to happen. We want them to win a division. But from what they've shown us, it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I mean, they couldn't beat the Cowboys at home, coming off a bye. No. So now we're supposed to believe that they're going to go to Dallas and win. I know that's like the way it normally goes, that they go to Dallas and they win. And now I'm supposed to believe that they're going to beat the Redskins at home. I mean, you couldn't beat the Cowboys.
I just think that Saints loss was it was so demoralizing. And then to have Groh come out this week and say the things he did, I just don't know where this team's mindset is. And that's what I have to see on Sunday.
I think 9-7, whoever finishes at 9-7 is going to win this division. And it's hard for me to envision that this team is going 9-7 because the Rams game is an L. That's a loss. Okay. Yeah. That is a loss. That is 7 losses. You're telling me that they're going to win the rest of those games that are on their slate that isn't the Rams? That's just not going to happen.
That's the only way. That's the only way. If they win the next 3 games, I think they'll win the division. But if they don't win the next 3 games, it's over. It'll be over no matter what.
Yeah. See, I think they can win the next 3 games, but I think they're going to lose to the Rams, and I don't think they're going to beat the Texans.
So I think they could beat the Texans at home in December, late December, cold in Philly. I think they could be up for that game, and I think they could go out and they could win it. I don't think they can beat the Rams. So it's going to depend on these next 3 games. If they win these next 3 games, I think they can win against Houston and then finishing up against Washington at the end of the year. I think that could be a game where you're fighting for the division. But you have to win the next 3 games. Any loss to Washington, Dallas, or New York, it's over. It's over.
Yeah. I don't think the Eagles are that good. And it's hard for me to say that they're going to beat a Texans team that has won 7 straight games and is looking as good as they are. Like, the Eagles are an average football team right now.
Yeah.
Average and below average, actually.
Yeah.
And it's like it's even hard for me to look at them like that. It's what you have to right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. They're not. They're not good. Like I said, I'm talking about a lot of hope. I'm hoping that this happens. I'm hoping that happens. I'm hoping they go win 3 in a row. They start to get on a roll. They start to play better. They get confidence in themselves. And the team that we get against Houston would be a different team than we've seen all year. I don't know if that could happen. I don't think it could happen. But I think if they can win the next 3 games, they have a chance.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't have confidence they're going to win the next 3 games.
That's a big thing too. Like, we haven't seen them put it together for multiple games in a row.
I mean, if they beat the Giants, I'll feel a little bit better because they responded. Then they got a Washington game at home on Monday night. I think that's a doable game that they can win. Then they got to go in and they got to beat Dallas. Now, I don't know where Dallas will be at, but if Dallas is still rolling, it may be a problem. That may be the game that's too hard for us. And then I'll have to shave my damn head. And I'm going to be pissed.
I think these next 3 games, I think they will win them all. And I'm not saying that because the Eagles are good. I'm saying that because all these other 3 teams stink.
That's true too. And that's why they may win the division.
Like the Giants right now are probably the best team in the NFC East. Like, in terms of who's playing well right now at the moment, probably the Giants.
Yeah, Giants are playing good. They're using Barkley a lot better, I think, than they did earlier in the year. And the passing game's coming. They're getting protection for Eli. He had a pretty good game. So the Giants they're playing well. I mean, this is not going to be just a walkthrough game. Yeah. It's going to be an NFC East battle.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that this game will show us a lot about how this team recovers from that New Orleans game. I really think that it's going to show us a lot.
Yep. So what do you have? Do you have 9-7 or 8-8 for the Eagles?
I have 8-8 for the Eagles.
Okay.
I'll say they roll to 8-8, and that's where they end up. I'm hoping that they can win a division, but if we're keeping it real, like you were talking about, I don't see how I can say that this is going to happen when I have no proof that they can do it from all year.
Yeah, I mean, they say the real teams emerge after Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving week. So if it doesn't happen now, it's not happening.
It's not happening. I agree.
All right. So here's what we're going to do now.
And I'll say this too. If they would have, I expected them to lose in New Orleans. What gets me about the New Orleans game isn't that they lost. It's the way they lost, the way that they kind of quit. That makes me feel like I don't know what we have going forward. It's the way they lost that bothers me more than anything else. If they lost a tough game and they fought and they gave New Orleans a fight, I would say we're going to be okay. But, I mean, the way it just seemed like they quit a lot of them out there.
Yeah, they have regressed since the bye. And that regression has hit Carson Wentz as well. Carson not played well the last 2 weeks.
He stunk against New Orleans. There's no question.
Very
stunk.
I'm going to do some film on Friday, man. He needs to learn sometimes to just take his check down.
Yeah. It's like he's trying to press and do more because they're down early and those kind of things. And it just was the worst game I've seen him play. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he rebounds and he responds this week. I think that this week is going to show us a lot.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on to the Cowboys now. Cowboys are 5-5. They've got a Thanksgiving Day showdown against the Redskins. So there's that. All right. Their schedule's probably the most difficult of the 3 teams. Between the Redskins, Cowboys, and Eagles. I mean, maybe we will look at the Giants' schedule. I don't know. But I shouldn't say at home against Washington, at home against New Orleans next week, and then the Eagles at home. I see Cowboys going 1-2 during this stretch.
1-2 during this stretch. I think
they ain't beating New Orleans.
No, they ain't beating New Orleans. The question is the Washington game, because I think I just have a feeling the Eagles are going to beat them. Maybe I'm saying that because I want to save my hair, but I think that I'm betting. I'm going to Casino Lair. I am betting Washington tomorrow. My brother-in-law thinks that they're going to win. I said Dallas was going to win, but you know what? I'll go with him. So I'm hoping Washington wins, but I think Dallas probably wins this game tomorrow, and you know, the Eagles game is up for grabs.
Hold on. This is kind of funny. So you're gonna bet Washington, but you think the Cowboys are gonna win.
Yeah. It doesn't take much to talk me into a bet. You know what I mean? He wants to bet. He's like, I got a feeling. You got a feeling? I'm in. It don't matter what I think. I'm in. I can't bet Dallas. I will never put money on Dallas. It's the rule. But I can bet against them. And then the way I figure it, if Dallas loses, I won some money. And it's great. And I can enjoy it. And if Dallas wins, then hey, I guess I was right. But
yeah,
I won't put money on Dallas. I never bet money on Dallas.
I say 1 and 2 because either they'll beat the Eagles or they'll beat the Redskins. I mean I wouldn't count out the Redskins losing tomorrow.
Yeah,
did I say that right? Wouldn't count out winning, I should say.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Like, I don't think there's that big of a drop off from Alex Smith to Colt McCoy, if that makes any sense. Like, Colt McCoy isn't that good. He's not even average. But Alex Smith really wasn't playing well for them either this year. So when you look at that, I mean, the drop off isn't that drastic. The Redskins have been winning games because of their defense and running the football with Adrian Peterson. They're missing their linemen, but they're still able to move the ball last week a little bit. I mean, they don't really score more than 20 points. So that their offense is what it is. Dude, honestly, I think the Redskins are the best team in the division.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll go through the schedule. I think Dallas probably. I'm going to say Dallas is going to go 1 and 2 in those 3 games. So I'm going to say the Eagles beat them. Eagles always seem to beat them at home.
Yeah.
So I'm it's hard to sweep your division rival. So I'm going to say they beat Washington, lose New Orleans, and the Eagles.
That's 6 and 7 for Dallas.
So that's 6 and 7.
What's the rest? And their last 3 games at Indianapolis, which is playing really well right now. Tampa Bay at home, which is not playing well right now. Right. And then at New York, and the Giants are playing okay right now. So another kind of, somewhat difficult.
I think they're going to lose.
Games are going to be easy.
I think they're going to lose 2 games. I think the Colts is a loss, and I think the Giants game is a loss. I think that, like I say, it's hard to sweep your division opponents. I'm going to say they lose 2 games.
The Cowboys are weird, man. They win on the road, and they don't win at home. It seems like within the division, that's just kind of the way.
In the division, yeah, in the division.
In the division.
Yeah. I mean, look, they're going back to Zeke, yeah. And that's what they have to do. Their defense is better than I think a lot of people thought. Vander Esch is something else. That kid is something.
Oh, I could have told you about that.
Yeah, I know you liked him a lot coming up.
Yeah,
he is really something, man. So they have that going for them because I think they have the best defense in the division.
I think the Redskins have the best defense in the division.
Do you?
Yeah, I think the Redskins' defense is very good. I think they're both pretty good.
Yeah,
they're both top 10 defenses.
But I think that the Colts are good, and I think the Colts could score on them.
Yeah, and Colts are going to win that.
And they're going to win that game. And then I'm going to say they split with the Giants because it's just a division rivalry type thing. Okay. So I'm going to say. So where are they at right now? 5
You're
and 5.
7 and 9. I'm going to
say 7 and 9.
Okay, I've got 8 and 8 for them. So 8 and 8 for the Cowboys, 8 and 8 for the Eagles. Now we're going to get to the Redskins, and when we get to the Redskins, you're going to notice here that their schedule is not as difficult as the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Dallas at Philly, Giants at home. So those 3 games, we have. I guess we'll just say L's against Dallas. So and then the L against Philly. And then New York's going to be a win. That would take them to 7 and 6.
Yeah.
Do you agree on those 3 games?
They're playing the Giants at home, right, or in New York?
Giants at home.
And they beat the Giants already this year, didn't they?
Beat the Giants already, yes.
I'm gonna say they lose to Dallas and they lose to the Eagles. I think playing the Eagles on Monday night in Philly is a loss.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, now I'm going against myself because I said it's hard to sweep your division. So I'm gonna say the Giants beat them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the Giants beat them. I'm gonna stand true to my whole thing about being swept.
That's a 3-game losing streak.
So that's a 3-game losing streak.
That's 6-7.
So now they're 6-7. But what's
I've got
the rest?
7-6.
So what's the rest of their schedule look like?
At Jacksonville, which they don't look great. At Tennessee, and then the Philadelphia Eagles at home.
So I got that. I'm gonna say Washington. I'm gonna say they go 9-7. I think they win the last 3 games.
You think they win the next 3? Okay. I'm gonna have an L against Tennessee and 9-7 for them as well. So we have 9-7, and that means the Redskins are going to win the division.
Unless the Giants can win the rest of their games.
Giants too, just for shits and giggles. So 3-7 for the Giants. Yeah, they pretty much got to win out. They're not going
to. They have to win every game.
And then they got to play Chicago next week.
They're done. It's over.
Yeah, they're done. Bye. Sorry.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll have to look
they're done. They ain't beating Chicago.
3-9. All right, there we go. So there we go. We kind of went through the schedules. We know what's in front of us. We know what's in front of the rest of the teams. The Redskins have the easiest path to the end. I mean, it goes back to my thing, like what I said before. I need proof that this team is capable of making a run. And until I see that, I can't pick them.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And if we have the same conversation, maybe we should after 3 weeks if the Eagles win 3 in a row, because I may feel a lot differently about the Eagles in a few weeks.
It's funny. It's funny that we say that because it's like we're picking them to win 3 in a row. So it'll be interesting to see how we feel if they win 3 in a row.
It's not just winning. It's the way in which you're playing and the way you win. It's just like the way they lost to New Orleans that really took the air out of what I thought they had.
I mean, cause like I look at this Texans game. It's like some people think they're going to win, like including yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I don't know. I've seen them struggle against all these teams at home all season long.
Yeah.
And not being able to hold leads. And I think the Texans are probably the best team that they're going to play. That I think they're better than the Panthers. I think they're better than.
Yeah. They are. I think my projection of that game is based upon the fact that the Eagles go on a roll and that they are playing good football coming into that game, and they're playing at home in December. If they continue to play the way they've played all year, which is very possible and probably likely, they'll get beat. But if they win 3 in a row, let's say they lose to Los Angeles, and then they get ready to play them. I think they could win. I think they could, especially if they play Los Angeles well. If they go in and they give them a fight and they play well, I could see them because I think that's the next game, right? Would be the Houston. I think that then in a situation like that, I feel like they could win the next 2 games and maybe steal a division. But it all starts Sunday because I really do not know what we're going to get on Sunday.
Nobody does. Nobody.
And if they come out and play good and win, then maybe we can finally win 2 in a row against Washington, and maybe we get things going. But if not, if they play like crap, or they barely beat them, or they get lucky and beat them somehow, I'm not going to feel very good about this team going forward.
Here's what we'll do: if they win the next 3 games, we'll do this show again.
Yeah,
and we'll see how we feel. Because like the Texans, I'm looking at how they play and what they're doing right now. Demaryius Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know how we're going to stop them because we don't have any quarterbacks. And then you look at their pass rush, and we haven't stopped anybody all season long with the offensive line. Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt. Good luck with that. So it's really hard for me to envision like how just looking at these teams matching up, how the Eagles are going to win this game.
If we look at the Eagles as what we've seen so far, they've got no chance.
Yeah.
They've got no chance.
We've got to hope that things are going to change.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the truth. After watching Mike Grove yesterday, I don't feel too confident about it. Like, because I was going to pick the Eagles over the Giants this week. I believe it. Then I heard that press conference, and then I'm like, now I don't know, because I totally lost confidence in him from that. And if the players did too, it's over.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know what they're gonna do with Tate moving forward. Like,
he doesn't even know what they're gonna do.
God,
the guy doesn't even know what to do.
Doesn't.
I can't get that out of my mind. You don't know how to implement him, really?
You went from having Frank Reich, John DiFilippo, and Doug Peterson in your room to Mike Groh, Deuce Staley, and Doug Peterson.
And I suggest to anybody who wants to see what Frank Reich meant to the Eagles, go watch some of the Colts games over these last few weeks. That offense is a spitting image of the Eagles offense and what we did last year. It looks more like the Eagles than we did this year, you know?
Yeah, and they're having their Nelson Aguilar and Eric Ebron. I mean, it's unbelievable. You watch them; they look like last year's Eagles.
They do. It's unbelievable to me, and that concerns me, you know. And I think Doug is going to have to take more of a role in this offense and in the game plan, because it's just too predictable. Like I said to you beforehand, you know, when I do a stream stuff, I can tell people that it's a play action fake. This is not, you know it, because they do it all the time. They're very predictable on offense.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right. Yeah, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll look at the chat right now. We'll look to see if anybody's angry at me for not picking the Eagles to win the NFC East. Are you looking for the dog?
I just heard something. I want to make sure it's not a rattlesnake. I'm out of here.
Yo, that was funny because like we were texting yesterday. You sent me the video of the dog. I'm like, dude, you got to make that your intro.
Yeah, I know. I did. I followed your advice. That scared that I almost had a heart, dude. That scared the crap out of me.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog.
That was so funny, dude. I was laughing hysterically.
I know. My whole family's been they've been teasing me over the last 24 hours over that.
Look like goddamn Sasquatch, dude.
I don't know what the hell it was. I thought it was like a black panther, a black mountain lion, you know, or something like that at first. Like when I was looking at it on the camera, I saw it come. And if it chased me, I would have jumped right in the pool, because it just stood there looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? This dingbat, look at him, you know? If it would have chased me, I would have jumped right in the pool. That would have been really embarrassing.
That was so funny. Let's see what the comments say. Apparently we're crackheads, according to Mike D.
Why?
I don't know. He's just being trolled. I'll just get rid of this guy. See, that's the great thing about, you know, controlling that.
I don't mind people calling me name. I just want to know why. Why am I a crackpot?
He's just trolling.
Yeah.
Do you guys have an idea on how we have responded after beatdowns in the Doug era? SLT. Have they really taken a beat?
I think the Seattle loss last year, the response when they came into LA with the division on the line, the way Carson played, because the Seattle game wasn't his best game. That was awesome. That was amazing. But then really you have to go back to 2016, you know, and it wasn't that great.
Well, 2016, I mean, if you remember, it kind of snowballed after the Seattle game. So it's funny that, like, those two games, because 2016, that was the Aguilar game, if you remember.
Yeah.
So the Eagles were 5-4 heading into that Seattle game. They got kind of beat up pretty bad. It was 26-15, but it really wasn't as close as that score indicated. And the Eagles went on to lose 5 straight games after that. Or, well, actually, that was the start of a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And they got beaten up by the Bengals. That was the game that we all questioned Zach Ertz's effort. So it has happened before.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Foolish demon. Yeah, I love blocking people. Actually, I didn't even block the guy yet. Oh, Bad Dog is in the chat.
Bad Dog's too. You're too happy, Bad Dog. You're too happy. You're
Bad
too
Dog,
happy.
Bad
I don't
Dog,
like it.
he is confident.
He's too happy. I see him on the stream. He's like, we're gonna fit you. Dude, you got to get beaten. I want him to have a happy life, happy job, happy wife, happy family, all success. But when it comes to the Giants, I need him miserable. I like Bad Dog miserable with the Giants. I got my eyes on you, Bad Dog.
Foolish Demon says we need to get younger. They do need to get younger. They need to get younger on the offensive line. They need to get younger a lot of different places.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I mean that I think, and I'm gonna get into that at the end of the year, but I think the offseason, the approach was what the hell that is. But I think the offseason approach was wrong.
Yeah. I feel like if we didn't have these unpredictable injuries, we would be a different team. But we talk trash about Rodney and Mills, shows how really important they are. I mean, I was telling you guys about Jalen Mills. I was trying to tell you guys, and nobody listened to me. Like, literally nobody listened.
Yeah. I mean, I've said this pretty much all year that I think the problem is more on the scheme and Schwartz. I don't like how he plays defense, and I think that whoever you plug in there is always going to struggle because, just the way he uses, especially that secondary. If you're not getting that pass rush, is not getting home.
Yeah,
he's going to get torched.
That scheme gets exposed when you don't have a pass rush.
And the Eagles pass rush.
That entire scheme is predicated on a pass rush. And Jim Schwartz, that's his thing. That's his shtick. That's his bread and butter. It's getting pressure from the defensive line. It's and he's just not getting it this year. And when you're not getting the pass rush, all this other stuff just isn't working. I mean, he believe it or not, people aren't going to believe me when I say this. He actually has tried to play the cornerbacks close to the line of scrimmage. It's just these guys just aren't talented enough.
Well, but when he gets in a situation like 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, okay, he brings them all back to the sticks. He rushes 3 to 4 guys, and Dallas did it perfectly. Quick screen, put your blockers out in front, and by the time the defense gets to the runner, he's close to the first down marker anyways. And I just don't know why he does it. The other thing is, like when you're not getting a pass rush home is when you got to blitz more. But he did blitz more, but some of the choices of when he blitzes are just the wrong times to blitz. 4th and 15, 4th and 15 against Tennessee. You blitz, you bring everybody back. He rushed 3. They gave him all day. That's when you blitz. But he blitzes instead when it's like 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line in overtime. He blitzes then instead of drop everybody back on a short field where it's a crowded end zone and they're not going to throw it to the end zone. So I think his choice of when he makes some of his blitzes are just I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Mr. Mention goes, Jalen Mills is still trash. Comparing him to practice squad player is going to make him look like a savior. Rasul Douglas is not a practice squad player. In fact, Rasul Douglas was drafted 4 rounds higher than Jalen Mills. See, here's the thing about using the word trash. When you use the word trash, you're saying that he is literally one of the worst cornerbacks in the league. He is not one of the worst cornerbacks in the league. He is average. He's an average cornerback. I'm also seeing people say that Sidney Jones is a bust. See, people, we are living in the present. It's like we quickly forget that Sidney Jones was shutting people down in the slot. We're living week to week here as Eagles fans.
Yeah, and that's always how it goes. Sidney Jones, essentially, in my opinion, this is his rookie year because he didn't play all last year. He was injured. So I look at Sidney Jones as a rookie, and you're going to have growing pains with a rookie. I think the talent's there. Obviously, the guy was going to be a top 10 pick overall. I mean, we just got to be a little patient with him.
You know why people are saying he's a bust? Because they're reading about that Peter King article and
right.
and Sean Payton and how they want run at
to
Sidney
go
Jones.
after 22. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ran at Sidney Jones, and he missed the tackle really, really bad.
Yeah. Well, and in that article, it also talked about how they wanted Carson to have to throw the ball and beat him. And the reason wasn't because they didn't think Carson's a good quarterback. The reason is because they knew that if he throws a lot, then the Eagles are not a balanced team. They're not a balanced offense, and they're much more predictable. So just because the game plan a certain way on somebody doesn't mean it's because they necessarily stink or something. Sometimes it's just how the defense or the offense plays.
Yeah. And even with Jalen Mills, he only allowed one red zone touchdown all year.
Yeah,
like great in the red zone. It's what it is two things. It's one thing really. We see the double moves and we just see him getting beat deep. And when we see him give up a 40 to 50 yard play, it's like we just lose our shit. But then it's like we don't see the little things like him making a tackle, like right. Sidney Jones on that one play. He misses a tackle, and Mark Ingram goes for 38 yards. Jalen Mills doesn't miss those tackles. Yeah. Jalen Mills is a very short tackler. And we even saw Rasul Douglas last week struggle with the tackling. So it's like I think we really took what Jalen Mills brings to the table for granted. And he's average. He's not trash. He's an average corner. Like everybody's getting beat this year in the NFL. If you're watching the NFL this year, if you watch Monday Night Football, everybody's getting beat. This is just the state of where the defenses are right now.
We've done shows on this. Offense wins championships now. That's the NFL today. Monday night is the perfect example of how this whole thing is going to go. I mean, if you want to build a defense, you build it with pass rushers. You got to have a pass rush. You got to be able to get to the quarterback. Otherwise, people are going to throw on you, and I don't care what team it is. They're going to get thrown on.
Yeah. They're no shutdown cornerback. I mean, nobody said any of these guys are shut down. Who on the team is a shutdown cornerback?
I don't know. I
mean, Mark. Somebody just said Marcus Peters. Yeah, Marcus Peters getting his ass beat this year.
He was getting torched too. I mean, he had an interception, right? He had one interception. There was one at the end of the game where Mahomes throws. I don't know where he was throwing, but the game ended on interception. He was a couple interceptions. Then you have, if you look at Jalen Ramsey, I think he's the closest you're going to get, and he can get beat too sometimes.
Yeah. So what about Mills last year getting beat badly just about every game? That's actually not true. He had a pretty good year last year.
Mills frustrates me though. I mean, he does. I get frustrated with him. But
my thing is this: I say he's average, and average is average, but people are saying trash. When you say trash, and then you lose Jalen Mills, and then what we see is a lot worse. Then what's worse than trash? Trash is supposed to be the worst possible thing you could say, right, about a player.
Yeah,
but it's like people don't pick their words correctly.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse than trash. Yeah. Like toxic sewage. I guess our wrestler corners are toxic sewage.
Yeah. Mike D goes, "Am I blocked? You're not blocked. I just answered your question, dude. The fuck?"
I think I think that Jalen Mills is probably average. I have, like I said, I have problems with the scheme.
Yeah. Mills is average, exactly. Nothing more, nothing less. There you go. That's what he is. He's an average cornerback in this league. All right. Let's see. What else? All right. So, everyone's talking about Jalen Ramsey on the trading block. I don't think this is possible. So I'm not even going to bring it.
Well, they said that. Yeah, I don't know if that's really true rumors. Obviously, if they were trading Jalen Ramsey, I would be immediately interested. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't know. Why would Jacksonville get rid of him? I don't
see that.
I gotta tell you, if it's me going this offseason, I'm using my resources to bolster that offensive line, to get weapons, and fix that pass rush. Those are my three main things.
Yeah. Brian Griffin, Darby had more touchdowns on him. Jalen Mills only had one. Sidney has none from the slot, but that's not even his natural position. There you go. Adrian, look up Mike Groves, OC and UVA. I know all about it. He's not good.
And he was the specialist, right? The pass specialist coordinator for the Rams, Jeff Fisher, Jared Goff's rookie year. They were horrible. They were horrible.
Yeah. Schwartz was exposed, one-trick pony. I mean, he won a Super Bowl last year. I don't know.
He won a Super Bowl, but
it goes back to like where we go year to year, week to week. It's like we forget what he's capable of.
I mean, I don't think Jim Schwartz is going to get fired because he won the Super Bowl the year before. What I hope is that they get the right pieces around him so his defense can function right. Because like we talked about, that pass rush is what he needs. If he doesn't have a pass rush, he'll get exposed. So get him a pass rush.
Somebody's saying Marcus Peters is overrated. Okay. I feel Mills' biggest flaw is speed. I feel like if he had speed, he'd be really solid, but speed is just something you can't really improve on at this stage in life. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. That's actually the big thing. It's like when you're not getting the pass rush, that's giving obviously quarterbacks more time and receivers more time to go down the field. And these receivers this year are able to get downfield on Jalen Mills because the pass rush isn't getting home in time. So you're exposing his weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brandon Graham has not had a good year.
No.
At all. You know. Then you lose Derek Barnett, who I thought was their best outside pass rush. Michael Bennett has been, I think has been good. Yeah, he's been really good. But they need to fix that pass rush, and that's the key to that defense.
Yep. ML Striker wants a quick injury update on the secondary. I think right now it's we don't really know. We're going to know more after Thursday and Friday because the injury reports don't come out until today. So here's the way the injury reports work. You have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday is when they normally announce whether or not you're questionable, doubtful, probable, all that stuff. So we'll know more Friday about who's going to be available in the secondary.
Yeah.
If you like PFF, they say BG is top 5. Weird.
I don't like PFF. You've heard.
You know that I hate PFF.
Yeah, me and you have talked about PFF before, and I've given you my problems with them.
Yeah, they're so inaccurate.
And I've had problems with them in the past over Brandon Graham. So, you know.
Brandon Graham, I mean, his run defense is like still kind of been there a little bit.
Yeah.
But the pass rush isn't there.
I just wonder if he's healthy. Some of these guys, I just wonder if they're healthy.
Yeah. We're getting more Jalen Ramsey trade requests.
Here's my thought on Jalen Ramsey. If he's available for a trade, I am interested. Sign me up. I would love to have him. I think he would help, but I still think the issue is the scheme. You know, I'm putting my resources into weapons. I want to clear money for Le'Veon Bell. I want another wide receiver, and if I don't go get Le'Veon Bell, I'm taking a running back probably in the second round. I think we need another outside receiver. We need a speed receiver that can run like a 4.3, and then you need to fix that offensive line. And then I want to fix the pass rush. Those are my main 3 things: are the weapons, line, and both sides of the line. Those are where I'm going.
Sean Fitzpatrick chimes in. Peterson says he's committing to the running game this week. 10 total carries guaranteed.
Yeah.
They said they were going to run the ball last week, and that didn't.
Well, I mean, we're going to run the ball, so let's just tell the team we're playing we're going to run the ball now. I don't know.
Calvin TV asks, should Deuce be the OC next year? I want them to go get somebody good.
They got to get somebody really good. Yeah. They got to get somebody, a big name, established coordinator that has had success with quarterbacks.
Or maybe you can find because you kind of want somebody experienced. I was thinking like maybe a hot shot like quarterbacks coach, like a young guy.
I'm open to it, but he's got to be somebody that is really teams look at as a special type coach in the future. Frank Reich was perfect.
Yep.
Man, it's a shame how that happened.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to find one.
Philly Jim goes, Mike Gross said he doesn't know how to use Tate, really. You don't know how to use a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Guys, what are your thoughts on these comments? Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the show. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It has taken my pick of the Eagles to beat the Giants and rebound from a win to I don't know now because of him. Because I've lost all confidence in Mike Groh after what he said.
Mike Krepp goes, we're going to win the division, go on a playoff run, and double moonwalk everybody's ass.
I love it. I hope so.
Miracle year.
That's what I'm rooting for. I'm tired of being double moonwalked every other week. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for some double moonwalks. And the next guy I need a double moonwalk is Bad Dog. He must be double moonwalked. He must be pissed off on Monday. That's what I need. I need Bad Dog in a bad mood.
Chat, I don't see him.
No, he's probably not. But I need him in a bad mood.
All right. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right, so we'll go to like final thoughts time, and we'll kind of get out of here. And before you know what I always forget to do too. I always forget to tell people to like the thumbs up button, like the video.
That's right. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. I always forget.
Yeah, subscribe.
Ever since I found out that you get like a 5 cents extra from like a like, I've been like, okay.
You do?
That's what I heard.
Wow, I didn't know that. Hey, everybody, please like.
So what happens is like, I think you get more money out of it with monetization, right? And then your video gets featured more in the searches.
Gotcha. Well, everybody subscribe to Bitter Birds, subscribe to Philly 500. We're gonna be here. We do this every week, so almost every week.
Yeah. So there you go, and you have palm trees in the back. It looks beautiful.
I'm in Vegas. I'm gonna go do some gambling today. I'm gonna go play some craps. That's my game. I'm gonna make some bets. Yeah. And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day tomorrow. Enjoy the games. Be safe.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ravioli.
Ravioli, huh?
It's the Italian.
Raviolis on Thanksgiving?
Well, my dad demands some sort of Italian food. I like stuffing and mashed potatoes. If they're fresh, I love it.
I love stuffing.
I'm not big on turkey though. I got to tell you, I'll eat it and then I'll fall asleep. You know?
Yeah. I like the turkey leg. Give me the turkey leg. Give me some hot sauce, some Tabasco sauce.
Yeah,
and I'll eat that up. But I love stuffing, man. Stuffing is amazing. Put it right in the fucking ass.
And don't forget the best thing about Thanksgiving, eggnog time, yo. Now I've drank 2 gallons of eggnog since I've been here. They're all out of eggnog, and they're so pissed off. I have to go buy them more eggnog after the show. I swear to God, I told them I would buy them more because I drank it all. What did they expect?
You should have blamed it on the dog.
I should have, but they know. I mean, this has been an addiction for me for years.
Eggnog time, yo.
Eggnog time, yo.
But you only drink it during like this time of year.
Yeah, and I drink as much. I try to drink like a year's worth. So I want to get in a whole year.
You get it all in.
Get it all in. Yeah, I take an aspirin so I don't have a heart attack from clogged arteries, and I drink as much eggnog as possible.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone like eggnog as much as you.
I love it, dude. It's like nectar of the gods.
Oh, your eggnog is equivalent to nugget nectar from Trogs for me. That beer is so. I don't. Are you familiar with that beer? I don't know if you're familiar with Trogs or not.
Trogs, no.
Yeah, Trogs is over on this. It's a PA thing.
Is it? How long has it been out?
Well, Nugget Nectar, it comes out. It's in the spring.
But I mean, how long have they been around?
Trogs? Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. It depends how long they've been around. I mean, I might have seen it, just not remember.
Yeah,
from when I lived there, but because I used to drink a lot of local beers there.
Gotcha.
Like I like local beers. Wherever I'm at, I try to get local beer.
Same. Yeah, because like Bud Lights and stuff. That's just not.
That's piss water.
Yeah, it's piss water.
The lowest like my normal like an average beer for me. Well, it's one of my favorite is Stella. I love Stella.
Oh, Stella Artois. Yeah.
Stella Artois is like I always have Stella Artois in the house. So I'll always have that. Now, if I want to drink something like different, I'll try microbrews. I like remember Black and Tan, where it's 3/4 Bass Ale, quarter Guinness. Like I like those kind of beers. I don't like Bud, Coors Light. I can't.
You got probably the Lagunitas near you.
Yeah, yeah.
Lagunitas like California thing, or is that not?
I don't know if it's a California. It's out here.
Actually, Chicago thing.
But I think it's out here. But I don't know. You know. But there's quite a few different beers here that are pretty good.
Yeah, Stroh's Nugget Nectar. That's my favorite.
I'm gonna look for that and see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's out in the spring. It's an IPA. It's delicious.
Yeah, I like Oktoberfest too. I love Oktoberfest.
Ooh, yeah. That's
like I had a Sam Adams October. It was a Sam Adams caramel Oktoberfest.
Ooh,
it was awesome. It was awesome.
Are you into like the pumpkin beers?
Yeah. I like the pumpkin beers. Yeah,
I'm into the pumpkin beers.
I like all that kind of stuff. I like those microbrew. I like those kind of things. I don't like the piss water. I don't like Bud.
Well, there's twice as much alcohol in these.
But like if I drink one Bud Light or a Budweiser or Coors, like I'll get the worst headache just from one can of beer. Like I have to drink other kinds of beer, otherwise I get like a splitting migraine. Like I'm hungover, and it's just one beer. It's a half a beer. I start getting a headache. I think somebody told me it was the rice barley in some of those cheaper beers. They use rice barley, and some people get headaches. I don't know.
Interesting. All right. Well, we derived away from sports, so we just whatever reason we just started talking.
Well, beer is connected to sports, so
yeah, it does. It does. Okay. All right. We'll do final thoughts now. We'll get out of here.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and I hope that the Eagles can go on a run and turn this thing around. I hope with all my heart. But my head says that they got to show me because it's hard to believe that they can.
That's pretty well said right there. It's pretty much where I'm at right now. I got to keep it real on here, so I'm not going to pick the Eagles to go on a run right now when I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So it's been a very, very disappointing season, obviously. I mean, it's shocking. It's crazy. It's shenanigans. But we'll see how much fight this team has left. So that's where we go from here.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. That's Philly 500. I'm Adrian Fedke. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Do have a happy Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll do a video tomorrow. We'll see. I know Sean Fitzpatrick loves when I get Uncle Ernie involved in the carving videos. So I'll get him involved. There we go. We're out of here.
Go Sixers.
Go Sixers. Yeah. Go Sixers.